As part of our BSIT team, some teachers have requested the ability to easily gather student email lists and create class lists to send emails to. So you can send an email or an assignment to all of your class at one time. So I'm going to go through how to easily do that, or as easily as I can figure to do that. And so you're going to want to sign into your Boyne.K12 account, because part of the problem that we have is that our students with their Boyne City Ramblers Gmails are on a different domain. And so we usually use our Boyne.K12 emails to send emails. And so we need to set that up in our Boyne.K12 Gmail. So you're going to want to sign up in that, sign into that account. And I'm already signed in, and I've gone to my Google Drive on that account, and I'm going to show you how to easily get a form to collect the student emails, and then to gather those emails, and then to upload them to your Gmail. And so in order to do that, I'm going to open a new tab, and I'm going to just search my website, and I'm going to ask you to do the same, because in doing that, you're going to be able to copy a form that I've already created and just use that form very easily. And so you search my website, Coach Hertel, all is one word, and it should be the first hit on Google when you search for it. And then on the left side over here, I have a spot for Gmail tutorials. You're going to want to click on that. And now you see a couple of links. Eventually I'll put this video on, the one that I'm making right now, on this page, but obviously it's not made yet, so I don't have it up there. But I do have a couple of links already here for you. One says submit form to copy. This is the one that you're going to copy, and then this is what it will look like for the students. So just let's look at what it will look like for the students. The students will get this, and you will make your own, as I'm going to show you how to do here in a minute. I've made one already for my creative writing class just as a sample, and I got a few kids to fill it out so that we could use it as an example. And so they'll just fill out their first name, last name, and their email address, and then they'll click submit. And then as a result, you will get all of their emails into your Google Drive. And so I'm going to go back and show you that. This is the creative writing contact list that I've already created. Now when I open that up, there's a view responses button. I'm going to click that. When I click that, it's going to ask me how I want to do it. I'm just going to leave it as is in a new spreadsheet, and I'm going to click create. And it's going to show me the results. And like I said, I just had a few of my students fill this out yesterday. You can see their names here, first names, last names, and their email addresses. Okay? And so that's what you are eventually going to get once you have set this all up on your computer. And so now I'm going back to my website here, and this is what you're going to need to click on to get to the point of having a submit form for kids to fill out. Obviously, you can make your own if you want to. If you're knowledgeable about Google Drive, that's the easy thing to do. You could do that. But if you just want to make a copy of the one that I've already created, I have it here for you to do. You just click submit form to copy. And like I said, you have to be signed into your Boyne.K12.mi.us account, or whatever Gmail account you want to use. I'm assuming you want to use that one. And then you're going to come over here once you have this open, and you're going to go File, Make a Copy. This is going to make a copy into your Google Drive. And so you're going to want to call it whatever you want to call it. And what you'll probably want to do is, let's say you're teaching a chemistry class. Okay, and if you have more than one chemistry class, you could say, okay, chemistry second hour. Okay, whatever you want to call it based on what information you are gathering. That's what you're going to call it, and then you're going to click OK. And now that Google form will now be in your Google Drive for you to use. So when you go to your Google Drive, you will be able to find that. I'm going to go to my drive here. You can see that I've made a copy of that. I have chemistry second hour contact list, and it also created for me chemistry second hour contact list responses. And so now I can open that up. I already showed you earlier how if that's not there, you can do that, but I'll show you that again real quickly. You just click on the view responses button right there, and it will help you find the responses in a spreadsheet. Okay, so now with the sample class that I had submit email contacts to me, I'm going to show you how to download those contacts and then to upload them to your Gmail to use as an email group. So you're going to go to File, you're going to go Download As, and you're going to select CSV, comma separated values. That's the one that will be compatible with Gmail. So you're going to download that file. And then you are going to go to your Gmail, which I have already loaded up. And you're going to select Mail, Contacts. And then you are going to go to More, Import. And you're going to choose File. You're going to go to your Downloads. And you're going to select the file that you already downloaded. You're going to open that up. And you're going to import it. So now that took a second to load, but here it is now, imported 61015. And I'm going to go over, I'm going to select, I'm going to select that. I'm going to go to More. And I'm going to say Rename Group. And I'm going to change the name of that group to Creative Writing. And I'm going to say OK. And you can see that now that group is called Creative Writing. It is over here. You can see I already have a college English class and a senior English class that I've used in the past. But now, if I go to Mail and I go Compose and I say Creative Writing and I click on that, you can see that that is to all of my creative writing students that I had in that group. Now I'll be sending them an email. Okay, but let me just show you one more thing about that. Let's delete that. We're not going to send that email out. But let's say I don't want my students to see all the people that I'm sending that email to. A little trick that you can use would be to select Compose again. And let's just say maybe you send one to your self, maybe even at a separate account because you don't want it cluttering your email box. So maybe I send myself one at my Boyne City Ramblers account. Or you can just send it to your regular account if you want it coming to that as well. But then you go BCC, and now I select my creative writing group. And so now I blind carbon copy that email, whatever I'm sending, to my creative writing class. That way they can't all see who got the email. I don't know if that's an issue for you, but if privacy is an issue, that's kind of a way to get around that. Okay? Now, the only other consideration here is that you need a vehicle to get the submit form to your students. There are two possibilities to doing that. One would be to put a link to the submit form on your website, which I'm going to show you how to do in our PD training. Another way would be to use QR codes. This is still a pretty easy thing, but I think it requires more steps. But anyway, this is how to gather student emails and create groups to send them emails.